Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impression review demo wear test on the Milani Conceal+Perfect foundation. So this is how it looks like, and I'm in the shade 4 medium beige. Now the first thing that intrigued me about this foundation is that it's medium to full coverage. It's lightweight, oil-free, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. So almost everything, like everything I want in a foundation. And it is a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. So I guess you guys could use it as a concealer. Now I've only used this foundation 2 times and today is my 3rd time trying it out. So I'll gather up everything and what I think about this foundation at the end of the video. But a few key things that I want to mark now is that I love the color of this foundation. I wish all of my foundations was this color because it's not too yellow and it looks very beige, you know, because like if you look, it matches my neck and my chest perfectly. Another thing about this foundation is that it is a thicker liquid. I'm not gonna say that it's like a mousse because I don't think this is a mousse consistency, but let me just pump it out so you guys can see. It's like a thicker liquid. It's not runny at all. Like it's very easy to blend. It is a very lightweight formula and compared to my hand, it's like so dark. But this is a very lightweight formula. I don't feel it on my skin at all. It's not heavy, although it is a thicker formula. Now wearing it the last 2 times, I haven't been able to wear it for like a long certain amount of hours. So I'm really excited to try out to see if this is a long wearing formula. The coverage, I would definitely say it's a medium to buildable coverage. I did go in with 2 layers today and the demo will be after this little short review. And the thing about this foundation is that I like to build in half pumps. Does that make sense? Like I like to go in with half a pump, apply it on the side of my face, and then I'll go in with another layer with half a pump. So I guess I'll be using 2 pumps. I prefer using this foundation with a beauty sponge only because this is a thicker formula and it is a little bit harder to blend with a brush. This foundation is not like tacky at all. It's like a matte feeling on the skin, but I feel like it looks very natural on the skin. Like, what do you guys think? So like there's no slippery sliding kind of feeling. It doesn't feel tacky. It doesn't cling onto any of like my dry patches. It doesn't emphasize my pores. And so far I'm really digging this foundation. Like I think this might be one of my favorite foundations. But all the thoughts on my foundation will be at the end of this video, at the end of the day. I think that's really all I have to say about this foundation right now. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get onto the demo. I know I look crazy, but we're gonna go ahead and apply the foundation with the brush on this side and then the sponge will be on this side. So today I'm just gonna be using my Sigma F80 flat top kabuki. Do you see that coverage? It looks so good. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna need like maybe 1/4 of a pump on my forehead. So that's how it's looking like with one layer. I do have a little bit of spots peeking through, so I'm just gonna go ahead and build out one more layer like up here because I can still see some spots, and then bring whatever left down here. Also go under my under eyes because I'm not going to be applying concealer under there. So that's how the foundation looks like with the brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and go on this side and apply it with a sponge. And I'm just using my Real Techniques one. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it on the sponge first. And I prefer applying this foundation on with a with a sponge. It's just easier to blend in my opinion. I'm just going to go ahead with a little bit more on my forehead. So that's how it's looking like with one layer with the sponge. And then I obviously prefer more coverage, so I'm going to go in with another half a pump and just building up another layer. And with the sponge, I think it just builds up a little bit easier. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but the side with the sponge is a little bit dewier than the side with the brush, but that's how it always is with any foundation that I use. So this is how the foundation is looking. Let me just zoom you guys in a little bit so you guys see how it looks. But you guys can see that I still have a little bit of light hitting my face. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. Again, with these reviews, I never apply any concealer. I just bake under my under eyes, if you guys are wondering, and I'll show you guys how I bake. I'm just gonna focus my baking like right here because I don't want any creasing under there. So let me just show you guys me baking quick, and then I'll finish the rest of my face. I always use the Coty Air Spun, so I'm just gonna make sure I don't have any creasing. And then go ahead and bake under the eyes. And that's it. So I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. So I'm back and this is how everything is looking like so far. I have to say I really like this foundation. I like how it's like it's not tacky feeling. Like I don't feel it at all. There's no sticky feeling, any slick texture, but I like how I still look very natural, almost kind of like healthy and not too dewy. I do notice that my nose is a little shiny right now, and yeah, but I really like it. Again, I don't use any highlighter. I just bronze or contour and apply blush because I don't want the highlight to like make me think this is like a shiny foundation. But yeah, so far it's looking really good. I really like it. So let me just do a close-up before we do the wear test. So I also wanted to show you guys how this foundation looks like with the flash. I should have done this with my Marc Jacobs foundation, but I totally forgot. So yeah, I'll insert how this foundation looks like with the flash right now. With the flash, I feel like I look a little greasy. Yeah, but then there's like no flashback or anything. I just think I look a little shiny. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and go on with my day, and I'll be back in a few hours to show you guys how it looks like. So right now it's about 4 o'clock, so it's been about 2.5 hours, and this is how the foundation is looking. So far, I still really like it, but it does look a little bit shiny now. What I would usually do if I apply any foundation is I will bake around my T-zone. So that's how I prevent like shininess. But yeah, so far I'm still really liking it. So it's about 6:30 now, and it's about 5 hours since I had this foundation on, and about 2 hours from my last update. I definitely look a little bit oily, a little bit shiny, but it doesn't look like it got too bad from my last update. One thing that I did notice that I didn't notice from my last update is that this foundation definitely oxidized. I would say about 1 or 2 shades. Like when I first applied it on, it was like my perfect match and it looked great. But now that I'm looking at myself, it looks a little bit darker. It doesn't look orange or anything. It just looks a little bit like a darker beige. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind. The coverage is still holding up. I don't see it wearing off anywhere. So yeah, the downfalls right now is that it's definitely shiny and it did oxidize a shade or two. So it's the end of the day. I've been wearing this foundation for about 9 hours, and this is how the foundation is holding up. The coverage is still there. I think it looks really good. So the only problem that I had with it today was that it did oxidize about a few hours after wearing it. I still think that it looks really good. I do look a little bit shiny and oily, but that's not a really big problem for me since I do have oily combo skin. Honestly, I'm not even surprised how oily I got and shiny I got because I didn't set this foundation with any powder at all, and it still looks really good. So I'm really happy with this foundation, and I think this might be one of my go-to foundations. I like how it applied on the skin. It's really comfortable to wear. I almost forgot I had foundation on today. The coverage is still really nice. You can still see my contour really well. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't feel heavy. It did last a good 9 hours, so I'm really happy with that, and I definitely recommend it. So that's all for my review today. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.